We sold our house on the edge of town and sold my business in order to start our new journey and buy 20 acres of rural, undeveloped land to try our hand at homesteading. With zero experience, we are planting, growing, harvesting, preserving, raising livestock, building our home ourselves, beekeeping, homeschooling, really everything homestead you can think of, we are trying. We invite you to come alongside us in this learning adventure. If this interests you, which I pray it does, please subscribe to our channel and do please interact with us. We can all learn from each other. Hello campers, Editing Lee popping in to welcome you back to my channel. As I've mentioned in previous videos, the videos that I post are going to be a little inconsistent. As far as I've been posting current videos, but I'm also going to be going through my archives of videos because it seems like people are interested in actually seeing the building process. Now, although I didn't video record every single step in detail, the whole thing, I did video quite a bit for memory's sake, so I'm going to be uploading old videos, but so that they don't become confusing, in the description box below, I will do my best to put the correct dates of when those videos took place, if that makes sense, so that you know what videos are currently taking place and what videos were in the past. I think you'll kind of know because the past videos will just be building and current videos will be current affairs that are taking place, like bread baking and things like that. I say this so that you are prepared and you are looking forward to the building process. This is the intro to the first part of the build. I'm super excited to share these videos and memories with you. Please do comment below if you do have similar experiences. I just want to get to know everyone and hear about your experiences, or even just your fantasies of what you wish your homestead would be if you don't currently have one. So in this video, you're going to be seeing us finally breaking ground as soon as the property was ours. In the beginning, I am a photographer, and we sold my studio in town. Our hopes was initially to buy this property, build our house, our forever home on it, as well as build my new photography studio. Because as you probably know, I do have a disabled son, and it would just be easier for me to be able to never have to leave him. So we wanted to build our home and my studio separate from each other, but close together, if that makes sense. That way I had my studio here on site and I would never have to leave. You're going to find out through the process, though, that the way the economy is, we ran out of money. So in the beginning, we sold our house and the studio at the same time, and we ended up not having a place to live. And we have a lot of animals. We even I rescue. That's my heart, is rescue dogs, cats, whatever. So we have a lot of animals to begin with. So we couldn't rent. So when God worked it out so perfectly, though, with our closing of our property, plus the closing of our house, our old house, and my studio, the way it all worked out. But we literally had just over a month, maybe a month and a half, to get something built for us to move here and have a place to live. So what we ended up doing, or what we thought we were going to be doing, was build my photo studio first. And then, so we would live in what we would call a tiny house, because we were going to use my studio as a tiny house, the new studio that we were going to build as a tiny house. Build the studio and then our forever home. So we call it the tiny house. It was going to be 1 bedroom with a bathroom. Sorry, my sheep is moving this table. And now she's going to stop because I'm calling her out on it. Okay, she might be done. She's distracting me and making me lose my train of thought. So the tiny house was built with what I needed in my studio in mind. So the location of it is not where I wanted our forever home. And so you'll see in some of the videos it gets confusing where we had a separate location for our house to go. That's not where it ended up being because we ran out of money. So we could only build one thing. And so we just ended up adding on to the studio or tiny house because the studio was supposed to be my studio. We ran out of money, so we just added on to the studio later on, if that makes sense. So the tiny house had one bedroom because I was going to use that for storage for my studio, one bathroom for the clients to use, and then just a general living area. So it was pretty tiny for 2 years before we started to add on to the house and make it become our forever home. I said living area, but I meant like the studio area, like the main part where all of my backdrops would be, my lighting, the props, everything would be in that general area. But we ended up using it as our like living area. It was our living room, our kitchen, our dining room. It was everything all in one. But in, let's see, late 2023, we went ahead and just started to continue the build and turn it into our forever home. So in parts of the video, you're going to see us, if I include them, like breaking ground at our build site, our old build site where the house was supposed to be. And that's where the confusion might come in because you're going to wonder why we were wasting all the time and money and effort into leveling ground out there. But it's because that was where our forever home is supposed to be. And again, we ran out of money, so we just decided to add on because we quickly outgrew the studio. Studio/tiny home. We definitely needed a bigger spot with all the animals that we had. Plus, my son is not built for tiny house living. We also have a daughter that I homeschool, and we were ready to have more space, and we were limited on how much money we had. So, without further ado, I'm sorry this intro was so long. Please enjoy the video. I quickly also wanted to mention that we only had at most a month and a half to get out of our old house that we sold. And we were supposed to be out by Sunday. And we literally got completely out of there by that Saturday evening. So literally by the skin of our teeth. My husband, being the amazing man he is, he worked full time. Plus, nights and weekends, he would come to the property and build us the tiny house for us to live in. We had no other option, and he got it done, and we got moved in. I was stuck at home, being a single parent, essentially, plus still homeschooling and being a full-time caretaker for my son. And I did all the packing, all of it. We had a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, 2-car garage. I packed the entire thing by myself, as well as being a parent, and I did all of the cleaning, all of it. It was a very strenuous month and a half, to say the least. This is our almost 6-year-old driving. There she goes. Don't you do it! Those are my rose bushes. You helping pick weeds? That's a big help, big boy. Yeah, that's a big help. We love camping, and so we had a camper during this time, and what he ended up having to do is moving the camper on site And he ended up just living here for the whole month and a half. So we were separate basically, unless I packed up the kids and everyone and came down to visit and to see the progress of the property build. But he lived in the camper with no electricity, nothing. We have no water, no electricity or anything at this point. It's just undeveloped land. And he had the camper and he was just working hardcore to make sure his family was taken care of and had a place to live. I also want to quickly mention that God has given me vision every step of the way, even throughout all of the changes. So in this next photo, this is just a quick rough draft that I designed for the studio/tiny house. As you can see, it's a very basic, one main living space, a bedroom, and a bathroom, and that is it. Do you think he's going to be excited about it?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to show him. So when he comes down, when he turns, I want you to pull that red thing off, okay? It's a big job. I'll let you know when to do it.
Pull the red thing off. Comes down.
I think he's coming.
He's coming?
I think so.
I'm just so ready.
You're just so ready.
Yes.
Yep, it's him. Hang on. Don't do it till I tell you to.
Can you say now? Can you say now?
Roll down your window. Now. You like it? He likes it.
Making me cry.
It's making you cry.
Exactly what. You have the same vision I got.
It had a deer and a trout and then butterflies for me at the top.
Yes. Yeah.
Put the back down so you can see it.
Pretty.
Isn't it?
Who did that?
I had it handmade, special. During this time of the build, I was not able to be on site with my husband because I was holding the fort down, essentially. So what you're going to be able to see is mainly photographs, unfortunately, because my husband was busy building, so he didn't record himself, and I couldn't be there to record the process. So there's video where I could, but mainly when I would come check on him, I would take pictures of the process. So I didn't capture a lot of it on video, so you will start seeing a lot of photographs, unfortunately, until we get to the point of the build where we add on to the tiny house. So during the tiny house process, you're going to mainly see photos. Back to the hard work, and now it's concrete day. This really kicked my hiney because I was the one working that extender and all the bending over backwardsy things. My back is not the best to begin with, so it was just really hard. It was kicking my tush. Okay, so this was too funny not to share, but when I was reviewing the photos of when my daughter, my almost 5-year-old, was taking pictures of us doing concrete, this was in that camera roll. So this is what happens when you give your child your phone to take pictures of you. Leo. Leo, hi. What are you doing?
You want to make sure I don't forget to pack ya? Huh? You want me to make sure to pack you?
This is where I'm going to end today's video. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I pray that you are blessed and can be a blessing. Bye.